जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा जय गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गिरिपरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गिरिपरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गिरिपरधारी। जय गोपी यशोदानन्दन अमृतधन यशोदनन्दन यमुनतीरावनाचारि यमुनतीरावनाचारि। माधव कुंज बिहारी। माधव माधव कुंज बिहारी। Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, राधा गोपी जन वल्लभ, राधा गोपी जन वल्लभ, राधा गोपी जन वल्लभ, राधे राधे। जय निताय पतित पावन गौर हरि जय निताय पतित पावन प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय श्री राधा माधव भगवान की जय। जय जय श्री राधा गोपी जन वल्लभ भगवान की जय। दास पति तो पावन गौरी भगवान की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वती व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरौ श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांस श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितं स हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतिसे नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभयेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय 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 Hare Krishna everyone. Welcome to the morning Bhagavatam class. I seek blessings from all of you, both in person and in Zoom, so that I can just recite whatever I have learned and heard from the previous acharyas and great Vaishnavas. We'll be discussing today on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 19, verse number 24 and 25 from Prithu Maharaj's 100 or sacrifices. एवं इन्द्रे हरति अश्वम् एवं इन्द्रे हरति अश्वम् वैन्ययज्ञ जिघांसया तद्गृहीता विसृष्टेषु तद्गृहीता विसृष्टेषु पाखण्डेषु मतिर्नृणाम् धर्म इति उपधर्मेषु नग्नरक्तपटादिषु
पटादिषु
प्रायेण सज्जते भ्रान्त्या
भ्रान्त्या
पेशलेषु च वाग्मिषु
हेतु च वामेषु
एवम् इन्द्रहरत्य स्वम्
तस्सं
वैन्ययज्ञजिघांसया
तया
तद्गृहीता विसृष्टेषु
विश्रु विश्रुते
स्तेषु पाखण्डेषु मतिर्नृणाम्
पाखण्डेषु मतिर्नृणाम्
धर्म इति उपधर्मेषु नग्नरक्तपटादिषु
नग्नरक्तपटादिषु
प्रायेण सज्जते भ्रान्त्या
सज्जते भान्त्वा
पेशलेषु च वाग्मिषु
कुशलेषु च वा एवम् इन्द्रे हरतस्तम्
एवमिन्द्रे हरत्य स्वम्
यज्ञजिघांसया
वैन्यजज्ञजिघांसया
तद्गृहीता विश्वेष्टेषु
तद्गृहीता विसृष्टेषु
पाखण्डेषु मतिर्नृणाम्
पाखण्डेषु मतिर्नृणाम्
धर्म इति उपधर्मेषु
धर्म इति उपधर्मेषु
पटादिषु
नग्नरक्तपटादिषु
प्रायेण सज्जते भ्रान्त्या
प्रायेण सज्जते भान्त्या
पीशलेषु च वाग्मिषु
पेशलेषु च वाग्मिषु synonyms evam thus indre when the king of heaven harati stole aswam the horse vainya of the son of king vena yajna the sacrifice jighansaya with a desire to stop tat by him grahita accepted visrustesu abandoned pakhandesu towards the sinful race Mati attraction. Nrinam of the people in general. Dharma system of religion. Iti thus. Upadharmesu towards false religious systems. Nagna naked. Raktapata red robed. Adishu etc. Prayena generally. Sajjate is attracted. Bhrantya foolishly. Pesalesu expert, Cha and Vagmisu eloquent. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. In this way, King Indra, in order to steal the horse from King Prithu's sacrifice, adopted several orders of sannyasa. Some sannyasis go naked, and sometimes they wear red garments and pass under the name of Kapalika. These are simply symbolic representations of their sinful activities. These so called sannyasis are very much appreciated by sinful men because they are all godless atheists and very expert in putting forward arguments and reasons to support their case. We must know, however, that they are only passing as adherents of religion and are not so in fact. Unfortunately, bewildered persons accept them as religious and being attracted to them, they spoil their life. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, men in this age of Kali are short lived, devoid of spiritual knowledge, and susceptible to accept false religious systems due to their unfortunate condition. Thus, they always remain mentally disturbed. The Vedic Shastras practically prohibit the adoption of sannyas in the age of Kali because less intelligent men may accept the sannyas order of for cheating purposes. Actually, the only religion is the religion of surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We must serve the Lord in Krishna consciousness. All other systems of sannyas and religion are actually not bona fide in this age. They are simply passing for religious systems. This is most regrettable. Again, we'll just read the translation. So it's a nice sloka, okay, in the translation by His Divine Grace, the Prabhupada. In this way, King Indra, in order to steal the horse from King Prithu's sacrifice, adopted several orders of sannyas. Some sannyasis go naked and sometimes they wear red garments and pass under the name of Kapalika. There are These are simply symbolic representations of their sinful activities. These so-called sannyasis are very much appreciated by sinful men because they are all godless, atheists, and very expert in putting forward arguments and reasons to support their case. We must know, however, that they are only passing as adherents of religion and are not so in fact. Unfortunately, bewildered persons accept them as religious and being attracted to them, they spoil their life. Jai Jai Sri Prabhupada ki Jai. So we have been discussing about the 100 horse sacrifices. Okay. So Aswamedh Yagya being performed by Prithu Maharaj. So in that, how at the last, okay, the hundredth, in the hundredth horse sacrifice, Indra could not tolerate that maybe Prithu Maharaj is doing this yagya just to topple my position. So I don't want to give up this position, my kingly position. So I must stop by hook or crook. By anyhow, I have to stop. Okay, so it's just a beginner डालने. So just to interrupt and make the sacrifice unsuccessful, he just tried to steal the horse, which is meant for sacrificing in the uh, yagna, okay, in the sacrifice. So for that, Indra, as from the previous slokas we discussed, that he took different okay, sannyas attires, okay, just to escape from Vijitasva, okay, because he was stealing the horse and Atri Muni saw, and he indicated the son of Prithu Maharaj. See, Indra is going, okay, taking the horse, chase him. So, so when he was chasing, in order to save himself, okay, and escape from him without being killed, okay, or harmed, so he you took the sannyas ways or any sadhu ways. So sometimes he would put some like ashes, okay, and he would put the so red robe, okay, the sannyasi base, okay, the saffron cloth, the red cloth, okay. So like that, just by putting that dress, so Vijitaswa, the son of Prithu Maharaj, you think, oh, at least he has taken the robe of a sannyasi, so I should not kill. So that's why he left Indra. Okay, so that's why just to escape from that, you took that, and by taking that position, so like once he left, then again he came up with Indra came up with a different form. Okay, so that he knew that if I put that, then I won't be killed. Okay, I'll be spared. So like that, people in this age, they have started taking this saintly attire, okay, the sannyas ways, just to like cheat people or escape from the disturbances of these threefold miseries. So sometimes they think now there is too much burning in this world. Okay, there are too much miseries. Okay, so that's why if we become like leave everything and just act like saintly persons, then people will respect us and they will give donation. So on that charity, we can peacefully, nicely live our life. So for that only, they just take the saintly attire, which is most regrettable and abominable. Okay. So sometimes it is seen like just if one is having some dhoti kurta or saffron cloth, so naturally people give some respect. And if there is a queue or something, oh, Sadhu Mahatma, saintly person, please, please come, be on the front. So, but for that, the saintly attire is not there. Okay. Just because in this world we have so many difficulties. Okay. Or in Grihastha life, there are so much difficult situations come. So, just because that someone would just leave Grihastha life and take sannyas. Okay. In that case, it means he is not attracted to the Lord, or he is not very much interested, okay, to practice austerity and all, but he just trying to overcome the difficult situations through some easy method. That is not the sannyas ashram. Okay, that's why in Mahabharata there is one sloka. Actually, I forgot that sloka. But in that, it is clearly mentioned four things are completely prohibited in Kali Yuga because people would not be able to practice. And because, like as Prabhupada rightly mentioned in Bhagavatam also, it is mentioned like Prayana Alpa Ayusha Sabhya Kalavasmin Yuge Jana Manda Manda Sumanda Matayo Manda Bhagyahi Upa Dhruta. So Prayana Alpayasa. So almost always they are short-lived. And Kala Asmin Yuga Jana in this Kali Yuga. Manda. So they are very lazy. Okay, Manda means in Sanskrit the word itself is very slow. Okay, they cannot do anything very fast. Although now they seem to be like having computer and now all this artificial intelligence and all. So they think that everything is very fast. But if we see as compared to the Vedic scholars and all, now the scholarly people are very slow, very lazy, not that much sharp. That's why we need always Google or something to search. So the memory is very less. Remembrance is not at all there. So Manda, very lazy and slow. Sumanda Matayo, okay, and misguided, always misguided. They don't have proper absolute knowledge. And Manda Bhagya, they are very unlucky. Okay, don't have good association, don't have proper knowledge. Okay, all atheistic kind of philosophies are taught everywhere. Okay, only materialism is preached. So that's why in this condition, how one can get into the sannyas order. So that's why the four things like the Gomed and Aswamedh Yajna and sannyas. The third thing is like to offer meat and flesh to the forefathers. Okay. मांस से पितृ तर्पण करना श्राद्ध आदि करना, that is also prohibited. And the fourth one is to beget children from brother-in-law. Okay, those four things are completely prohibited in Kali Yuga. So that's why Prabhupada writes here that sannyas means not just taking this robe or leaving home or leaving our activity. But Vaishnava sannyasi is not giving everything up. Okay, like in Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says, it is not that one who doesn't touch fire becomes sannyasi. Okay, like in the Sankaracharya Sampradaya, the sannyasis, they are very strict. Prabhupada used to say, now what your sannyasis, they are so much strict, they never use bed, they just lie down on the bed, on the floor only, no matter what. and they never lit fire. If someone gives, they will eat, or otherwise they will not eat. So full austerity they practice. But that is not the ultimate aim of sannyas dharma. Sannyas dharma is like Vaishnava sannyasis, they do everything, everything for Krishna only, not for himself. Okay, but they will cook, they will dress the deities. Okay, all the activities they perform, like Krishna says, the activities, everything who performs only for me as a sacrifice to me to make myself happy, then that is the best yoga, that is the sannyas, that is samadhi. So, in that way, the sannyasi is taken. So, Vaishnava sannyasi is given not to just to act in a way that he is now given up everything in this material world. No, it is just to act only in a Krishna consciousness. That's why the Vaishnava sannyasi is there. Or otherwise, the Tasnami sannyasi, Shankaracharya was prepared. So they would give up the Sikha and Sutra also. Like in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is written like, so they give up Sikha and Sutra. So they don't keep Sikha, they don't keep Janeva also. But Vaishnava sannyasis, they don't act like that. Okay, so Yukta Vairagya, they perform Yukta Vairagya. Okay, Nirbandha, Krishna Sambandha. Okay, they have any relationship to anyone because that has relationship with the Krishna. Nirbandha, Krishna Sambandha. Okay, if you have relationship with Krishna, then you are very dear. Yes, I have all the relationship with you. Or otherwise, there is no relationship. So that is there. So Yukta Vairagya, whatever it is required for the progress in devotional service, they accept. Otherwise, there is no need of that. So in that they act. That's why Vaishnava sannyasi, Vaishnava uh, renounced order is a little different than like what all others like in this Kali Yuga they practice. Okay, that's why it is very rightly mentioned like some go naked and some go with rakta pata. Okay, nagna rakta pata disu. So few they go naked. So as we see, whenever there is a Kumbh Mela, there are so many naked people. And it is said, where do they live? They live normal life only. Only during the Mela they come up with naked. Okay. So Guru Maharaj once said, if someone doesn't know anything, okay, doesn't know anything about Shastras, about God, nothing else, just if he removes all his clothes and just go naked, then people pay obeisances. So, because this is one of the pakhand. So, pap ka khand, like earlier slokas, it is mentioned like this is pap khand, the symbol of a sinful activity. Okay, so they adopt this pakhand in order to get some dry respect from people or some benefit or some charity from the people, or if they are very abominable, people may curse or people may chastise. So in order to hide their sinful activity and in order to being escape from that, if they have done some sinful activity, some crimes, so in order to escape from that, they take this pap khand, they adopt this symbol of like sannyas, okay, in order to do sinful activities. So like that, some are with naked and some are with raktapata, okay, with red cloth. Okay, if you just wear red cloth, people see, people think, oh, he's a sannyasi, he's a sadhu. But what is the use? Anyone can buy. There is no restriction in buying red cloth. So anyone can wear. But that makes the whole atmosphere very contaminated. That's why people lose faith. So Prabhupada, again and again, when he started preaching, he said, because people are devoid of actual religious principle, because all these people, so-called spiritual leaders, who act as spiritual leaders or sannyasis, they try to just cheat. Okay, so normal people, when they see almost all just acting as a saintly person, but they cheat people, so they lose faith on that system itself. So that's why this actually Prabhupada is not citing, actually every one of us know who are the other like sampradayas who are acting like this. Actually, Sridhar Swami actually writes, okay, this naked and red uh, cloth. Okay, so they are Jainis and Buddhists. And apart from that, Prabhupada doesn't write here in order to maintain some sovereignty. Okay, some, so that there is no pinpointing. But apart from that, they are not the only ones. There are other like sectarians. There are so many sectarians now. Okay, so they either go naked, okay, they or they take usually this red cloth, okay, or the saffron cloth or the yellow cloth, okay, in order to show themselves that they are saintly person outwardly. Okay, inside, if we talk like, okay, what is your philosophy? What do you follow? Okay, can you explain about the Supreme Lord? Okay, okay, what is the true fact, the tattva? अगर तत्व जिज्ञासा करना है, okay, absolute truth, if they can speak about, they cannot speak. Okay, so without any deep knowledge, what is explained in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, and then which has been explained by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then later the teachings were given through Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami. Okay, those kind of advanced knowledge, they don't have any interest or inclination towards that, because as soon as they adopt the Vaishnava philosophy, they have to practice everything. They have to be very humble and meek. Okay, they cannot act whimsically. Okay, with their own uh, like freedom. Okay, that's why. So they think that better that we do not accept that only. कि नहीं नहीं नहीं, हम लोग तो ये नहीं मानते हैं. We are not from that sampradaya. We are from the sampradaya where everything is allowed. So there are so many things they'll say. Okay, we are sannyasi, but we can do all these things. Now we can eat tea also. We can eat meat also. Sannyasi is also fine. It is fine. So in our sampradaya, it is fine. So means it is apasampradaya, not sampradaya. So there are people so who likes that. They think so they search out for such sadhus who will just give them license that yes, I give you license, you can do this, and still you are a saintly person. Okay, you are spiritual. Okay, आप आध्यात्म में हो. Okay, do everything, whatever you want to do. So this is the religious system of cheater and cheater. So Prabhupada is to always chastise these people. Okay, because of this kind of people, the whole atmosphere is now polluted. Okay, even if there are very few people are there, they try to get something good. Okay, the real information. But because of these people, the atmosphere is very distorted. So like in the water is there. If coin is dropped and someone just makes the water muddy, okay, flushes it, then for so long you can't see. Although you are very much interested to get the coin out of the water, okay, but the water is very much distorted now, first and the muddy, so you cannot see. Okay, so because the people are making the situation in like so much disturbed that the people in general, they are also getting disturbed. Okay, So there are impediments in devotional services also. It is not that if devotees are there, the external the activities which are going on will not impact them. Because we are here, those are also impacting. So so we have to be careful and make sure that our associations, okay, are near and dears. Okay, whom do we associate with? Okay, from whom we take knowledge. That is very much important. Or sometimes people will say, "Oh, you are worshipping Krishna. We are also worshipping worshippers of Krishna. Okay, we also worship Krishna. Yes, Lala. So, but they would not be performing any proper method. Okay, they would be performing some of the worship so as per their own idea. Okay, so but they will say, no, no, we are also doing that the same thing. Okay, I'm also very much well wisher, but whether they are well wisher or not, will not be able to know. They might have some other ill motives. Okay, just to engage us. Okay, and take benefit. So we have to be very careful from whom we hear, whether we are hearing the exact uh, ultimate truth, okay, the tattva, which is outlined by the acharyas, Vaishnava acharyas, whether we are hearing that, accepting that, or we are accepting something else. Okay, so hearing makes a big impact. There are so many devotees, they just became devotee, okay, just because they got the association of book or the hearing from Prabhupada. Okay. Only the hearing. What else Prabhupada gave? This knowledge. Just give lectures, classes, and personal association. Through that, they became good. Or otherwise, like recently, because this, our Ram Navami is coming, so we are getting the Guru Maharaj has spoken very nicely from Rajcharitmanas on this. So in this, if you see, so Kaikeyi, because she heard mantra, okay, just because of hearing, her mind got changed. Okay, because he was a like she was a pure devotee. Okay, she has so much love for Lord Ram. So first, when she said that there is very much बहुत अन्याय हो रहा है हाँ, ये ठीक नहीं हो रहा है राम को राज्य दिया जा रहा है there is discrimination why Ram will become king there is injustice happening then she scolded first okay once again if you tell this I will take out your tongue जीभ उखाड़ दूंगी मैं तुम्हारा कैसे बात कर रही है but after that when she started crying then again she said don't cry I like consider you as my like Sakhi, my dear friend. So it was said she did not know. Later on, when it was inquired, like, who was this Dasi Manthara? Then they tried to find out any identity. There is no identity. They did not know where from Manthara came. What was her family background? Nothing was known. Then they said, how could a queen keep a personal assistant like this who has no background identity? So first of all, yes, first of all, we should know if someone is speaking, where from he is getting the knowledge, whether he is from bona fide sampradaya, he has taken the knowledge from there or just like that. So first of all, mantra was not from a good background. There is no identity of mantra. She was very bad. And she told all the lies after that. She said that from 15 days this is going on, okay, this coronation planning. When just the same day it was started. Okay, so Vasishtha said, okay, tomorrow only you can do. That day only the discussion was started. So she said all the ill things, and that Manthara heard. Kaikeyi heard. Just by hearing those, a great impact came into movement. So that's why it's very important to whom we hear, from whom we take the instructions. If we take instructions from people like Manthara, okay, by considering them as our like ultimate benefactor or very close friend, then they will give such instructions which will ruin. She said, actually, now I think about you only. Okay, I am very happy that Ram will be king. But what will happen after that? Okay, if Ram becomes king, then you will become the maid servant of Kausalya. And Bharat will be put into jail. So by that, Kaikeyi like frightened. Like this kind of um, like षadyantra, those conspiracies are going on, but nothing was going on. She did not even bother to verify that, and she just started thinking like that. So, like that, people might say, actually, I am very happy for all these things, but I consider about your well-being. What will happen if these things happen? So, in the disguise of being well-wisher, they will inject a poison through their sweet words, okay, and that will spoil the devotional mood, okay, and make someone degrade. That's why it is very important, like to identify person whether he is a uh, actual saintly person. He has received the knowledge from bona fide sampradaya and the authentic teachings and philosophies from like Vedic scriptures, then that can be accepted. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. So, with this, I'll pause here. If anyone has any questions, comments, or if I have spoken anything wrongly by knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me and correct.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Jai Shri
Hare
Ram.
Krishna Mataji, Dhamma Pranam.
Prabhuji, when you were talking about lot of people, I know we were talking about ourselves from whom we should hear, but just uh, clarification I wanted to see. A lot of people come to our temple and they use these same words. हमारे घर में कान्हा की पूजा होती है, बाल गोपाल की पूजा होती है. And when we talk to Mataji, they are like, we don't enter the kitchen without taking shower. ऐसे a lot of things they say. So how, like, how do we dovetail them towards proper Vaidehi Bhakti? Like us time pe, we might never see them when they will come again to temple. You might not be there, or somebody who, what will you say?
For them, actually, the best thing is like we take them as the other people or but with some potential, okay, towards, because if they are practicing some of the like good practices, okay, let's say they cook the bhoga, okay, in purity and offer it to the Lord, but they may not be doing is exactly it should be done like in a Vaishnava sampradaya, or it has been outlined in our like Vaishnavism. So in that, we can just ask them, anyway, you are already a Christian devotee. Okay, please come. We are also celebrating. Okay, we are making weekly programs and all. So join us. First, we have to ask them to join us and uh, like our Sunday feast and all, or other like Bhakti Vrikshas are happening, or some other events are happening. Like we invite other people, we also invite them, and not tell them so much about the rules and regulations at the beginning, and then just say, okay, actually we are practicing these things because it has been outlined by the acharyas. Okay, so because for sure they are not, they don't have the backup to say that okay, I'm practicing this because of so and so things. Okay, they don't have any like legitimate authenticity what they practice. But when they see that okay, they are practicing these things because of a like baking, there is like shastras are there. Okay, Pancharatra Vidhi is there, Rachana Pradip is there. So through that, there are so many saintly people. Okay, from in the dhamas. Okay, so they also practice that. So this is a bona fide way of practicing it. In temples also, this practice is done, and that only in a simplified way we can do it in home. So that they will gradually adopt. But we have to just invite them. They come and participate. So if they have little interest, then definitely they'll come. Okay, or if they are not, then definitely we cannot do anything. But otherwise, yeah, we can just take them as a potential candidate because they are already they have faith for Krishna. Okay. But if they are too much sahajiyas and they don't want to come, then ultimately, and they are very rigid about what they follow. Okay, and then it is better not to like too much get into and associate with them.
Okay, Prabhuji. What I have incurred in the past is uh, for for them when we invite them, like you come every Sunday, we have this Sunday feast or as a Bhakti Vriksha second step. Then they have children, they have classes, they will say, we cannot come every time, we cannot come. And that, so what I was looking for is how, like inviting, yes, but is there any other way that we can attract them?
Mm. Yeah, there are like few people of like this kind of there are, if there are big programs they will come, or otherwise if there is small programs then they will not be interested.
Hmm.
Okay.
Very
Like
true, Prabhu.
Janmashtami will come. Very big, like if there is any popular uh, like bhakta preacher comes,
Hmm.
some big event is there, then they will come, or otherwise they will not come. So in that case, like we can just give some of the books, encourage them to read some books or participate. So that only we can engage them, because like Prabhupada says, like they have already learned something, okay, which is wrong. Okay, or
Hmm.
if they are not ready to learn, unlearn that and take the proper way, then what can we do? Okay, so then it is very difficult. Okay, we just pray that by coming, if like something they find attractive in our movement and then join in, then that will be good. Or otherwise, it's fine. Anyway, we can't change everyone. Right?
Hmm.
So in the big events, and we can always be in contact with them so that we never know when they will switch the side. Because Krishna can just attract
Hmm.
at any point. So sometimes they'll come, any Maharaj came, or some personality came, or some event happened, which will inspire them. Through that, they might think that yes, through this I may a step forward what I was thinking to go forward in my devotional life or get closer to Krishna. Maybe okay, these people are doing, but in a small scale. I anyway know these things, what to associate with them. But when we do some lot of things like some bhajan program or kirtan program or some Bhagavad Katha or some big event or something happens and some big personality comes, some sannyasi comes. In that they'll find some attraction, then they will find that okay, maybe this is the way and he's the personality who can take me further from here and they can comment upon it. Krishna Kumar Prabhu, you have something to comment on this?
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you. A very nice class. Mataji, I often uh, find it will be helpful for those whom we think they are sincere, they want to learn, or we want to give them more information about what's going on. You are absolutely right. They always say every week हम नहीं आ सकते हैं ये नहीं कर सकते ये we cannot come to the program home. But what I have found effective is if we take down their number and there are reading groups going on. You can start one also. And I started. It's been very helpful for me personally and those who I'm communicating with. Just by reading Srila Prabhupada's books once or twice a week or thrice a week, they will Krishna book we are reading. There are so many people, like 3 or 4 of them are joining. They are Shaivites, they're something, and they when they start talking, oh, why demigod, why this that, but Prabhupada explains it so very nicely. So you can engage them from their comfort of their home. 10 minutes chanting, 15 minutes reading, 1 page, 2 page reading. That helps immensely. And we say that okay, reading about Prabhu Krishna and before you go to sleep, for children also very good if they can sit with you or you read. That has really done wonders. So I mean, I would suggest that if somebody is sincere, you start some reading with them once a day, once a week, twice a week. We do it 3 4 days a week, whatever is your convenience, or you can share it with others who are already doing reading groups, and that may give them some leeway, because them coming to us is really challenging, but we go to them or be in their comfort of their home whenever it's possible. You join, like that we say. So that might help. Thank you, Madhavi.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. That's really helpful.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Nikunj Bihari Prabhuji.
Yeah. And, Ravinandan Prabhu was just citing that Bhagavad Gita sloka where it says, like Lord says, if someone is not, they are ignorant and they are not ready, okay, to practice the pure devotional service, so just engage them in the activities, okay. They should engage them in all sorts of activities in Krishna consciousness. So but the challenging, as you are saying, if they come, then only we can engage. So we have to make some like programs like the youth. We are doing the Prarana festival. So youth, otherwise youths will not come. So but like that. So for them also, like if their kind of program happens, only they will come. So if you keep contact of such persons and you get like, let's say, a bunch of people like that, then we can, like as Krishna Kumar said, we can make a program like specifically for them. So in that they would like that very much. Like for Youth Prana Festival is there. So like that, this kind of people who are very much like fruitive actors. Okay, so they are very much interested in fruitive actions at the same time to worship the Lord. So for that, if those like-minded people, a curtailed program is done, then might be that will be helpful for me. Okay, that's what I can
Yes.
think.
Thank you, Prabhuji. That's very helpful too.
Okay, we'll stop here. संसाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यो च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः अनन्तकोटि वैष्णवभक्तभ्यो नमः। ग्रंथराज